was raining outside today. As an ordinary citizen, I did what an ordinary citizen would do. Stay inside. Just what I've done my entire life. Why change it? But then a thought hit me, smack in the face. Who said the rain was bad? It's not. It's actually quite a pleasant feeling being in the rain. I decided to elevate above the material barrier of my clothes getting wet and just embrace this water falling from the heavens. It was a feeling like I've never experienced before. It made me wonder about all the years I had never even stepped foot outside because of the rain. Being cold is actually uncomfortable, but you can just put on a coat. Plus, if you have Wim Hof level cold tolerance, like myself, then it's chill. Being in the rain is actually quite fun. I was concerned about the rain being dirty for a moment, but then I remembered what's in the tap water. You can go outside when it rains. Umbrellas exist for a reason. You can go for a walk. In good old England, where I'm from, it rains quite a lot, and I've always had this belief that when it rains, going outside isn't an option, so I've always had the comfort of just doing nothing all day. So again, who said the rain was bad? Limiting belief. A thought or state of mind that you accept as the truth that stops you from improving your life. Serving belief. The opposite of whatever a limiting belief is. You can often choose how you interpret reality. This is huge. When it comes to matters of interpretation, you realize how astronomical differences in belief can affect outcomes. The classic example that your mum may have stumbled upon on Facebook is two brothers who grew up with an alcoholic father. One of them ends up becoming an alcoholic himself, and when asked how he ended up there, he replies, one of them ends up never drinking in his entire life and actually does work to help alcoholics. And when asked how he ended up there, he replies, it's an incredible example, and these kind of examples are kind of cliche in personal development spaces, but that doesn't take away from the significance. I actually think it's much deeper and more apparent in life than in just these kind of examples. The reason I believe this is because it can either be conscious or subconscious. The way this negatively manifests: resentment, anxiety, shame. Maybe you're one of those set 8 kids who had to sit learning their times tables while everyone else was learning Newton's laws of motion, and you've been programmed your entire life to think you're stupid. Or maybe you're someone that's been swindled into conforming to the low standards of your environment. You believe, whether consciously or subconsciously, that being up to date on all the Netflix shows and anime is a good thing, that watching corn is acceptable, that being unhealthy is fine. Possibilities that limiting beliefs can destroy our lives are endless. But so is the opposite. What if you truly believed to the core of your being that you are a disciplined, integral, kind, healthy child of God? What would life look like? Question: what beliefs are limiting you from where you want to be, and which are serving you? Is this a belief that the person I want to be would have? Is this a belief that God wants me to have? Or is it just pollution in my mind? Our beliefs make up our identity, which largely dictates our actions and the entire human experience, I would argue. Changing our beliefs is uncomfortable, and many of us avoid going through the pain of changing, so instead have to experience the slower, long-term pain that our limiting beliefs inflict on us. But if you want to become a fruitful person, your identity must be whatever is required to grow. However, you have to prove to yourself that you are aligned with what you believe. You have to show yourself the evidence. First decide what belief needs to change, and then prove it. For example, I'm someone who likes the rain. You can't just say it. You can't just say some affirmation into the mirror, suddenly believe it, and take no action. Try to believe it, then go outside into the rain. It'll be uncomfortable to break through the barrier of that limiting belief, but when you start to stack up that evidence, your identity becomes stronger. And now, you've just entered the beautiful road of growth. Incredible stuff. This entry of the diary is a reminder to myself, and whoever else is watching, to never forget the power that beliefs, the mind, all that jazz has to either destroy or make our lives. We're all gonna make it. Love.